And welcome back to the Canmore Golf and Curling Club. It is Sunday night action at the 2021 Canadian Mixed Curling Championship Draw 2 action. My name is Al Cameron from Curling Canada. My pleasure once again to be joined by color commentator Scott Moncour as we have a game between Ontario, Team Mike McLean from Ottawa, and Team Terry Miller representing the Yukon from Whitehorse. And Scott, based on what we saw this afternoon, should be an interesting game as both of these teams try to get a fix on these ice conditions. Lots of swing in the ice, should be lots of offense out there.
Yeah, for sure. First draw for these teams, and like you said, we saw earlier, we saw up to 7 feet of curl and 15-second hog to hog. So good speed and lots of curl. It's going to take them some time to get used to it.
It will be Team Yukon that has last rock after the pregame draws to the button. So we'll give you team lineups. It will be for the Team Mike McLean from the Ottawa Curling Club. It will be skip Mike McLean. The vice skip is Aaron Morrissey. The second is Kevin Tippett. And the lead, whom you're seeing right now, is Erica Hobson.
Just wait.
I know lots of people from that great Ottawa Curling Club tuning in tonight.
Just wait. Top 8.
As they like to tell you, Scott, you can't spell OCC, or you can't spell fun without OCC.
Okay, is that
I don't know
what
if they actually say that, but I've heard enough stories about the Ottawa Curling Club to assume that's the case.
All right. My brother curls at the Ottawa Curling Club, so I'm going to ask him if that's true. So first rock's in, top 4, and Yukon is going to keep it pretty simple and just ask for the nose hit here.
So Team Yukon, skipped by Terry Miller. The vice skip is Lainey Klassen. Second is Braden Klassen, that's Lainey's son. And the lead is Shani Rattel, and that is Lainey's sister, therefore Braden's aunt. She makes the shot.
Yeah, we saw this in the earlier draw. The teams kept it pretty simple in the early ends, and it looks like this draw is shaping up the same way. Understandable. It's a national championship. It's their first game, so helps them calm the nerves too.
Yep. Right up.
And I think they probably were watching the televised game this afternoon between Team Northwest Territories and Team Quebec, and the way that ice swung, I'm sure they want to get to actually throw a few themselves in various paths to really get a grip on what it's going to do, because it's first day conditions, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And I think they saw a little bit of that there. That hit, they were looking for the nose hit. It overcurled by almost a full rock and rolled right out.
And the next national championship curler who says there's too much swing in the ice will be the first national championship, because they love swing. Any shot is possible on this ice. These great conditions put together by Matt Yo and his team of ice technicians here for the 2021 Canadian Mixed.
Perfect.
So I think Yukon was trying to come in the rings there and just change the path up, but stopped as a corner guard, which isn't going to hurt them, and Mike's going to walk up, put up the center guard, and we might see a little bit of action earlier in this game.
Second, Kevin Tippett.
Just wait. Line's nice. Just 3. Yep. Right here. Yep. Okay, whoa. It's good.
So here we are, game on.
Yeah. I think expectations are pretty high for this Team Ontario. They got through a pretty tough provincial, and I'd expect them to be here at the end of the weekend. So I think they're going to want to get off to a good start and get some wins on the board.
Control, 10.
Whoa.
I thought that was you that said yeah.
Whoa. Yep. Okay, that's fine. That's okay.
Laney and Shani get the job done on that sweep.
I don't think they wanted to leave it there as a center guard. They were hoping to roll for a corner, but got caught with that curl that we're going to see all night. So opportunity for Ontario to come around that center guard and put some real pressure on Yukon early.
A little wide. Just wait.
Interesting that Kevin Tippett played in 3 straight Canadian juniors, 98, 99, and 2000, and one of his junior teammates is on the ice here tonight, Jamie Newson, skipping Team PEI. They played together in 2000.
Hard, Aaron. Keep going. Keep it going. Okay, whoa, 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 whoa. Good shot.
Perfect shot there. Just biting top four gives them a little bit of room to get another one in there, but it's fully buried.
Touch the top. That's fine.
But with all this swing, they think they can get to that with hack or just more than hack. And
Well, that was the case this afternoon. No, there weren't too many shots that weren't there.
Waist nice. Hack.
Braden Klassen, also a veteran of numerous junior championships. 2014 through 2017, representing the Yukon.
Yep, right up, right up, right up, right up.
Yeah.
Roll it your way, Shaney. Right over, girl. Right over, right over, right over, right over. Whoa.
depending on the weight, though, they might get one to stick around in the rings.
That's fine.
I think they did. So that's going to give Mike something he's going to have to deal with. He could throw center guard, stay on the offense, or he can nose that and sit too and play more
Keep
for
it
the
firm.
force. It looks like he's going to hit the one on the side of the 12-foot.
Clean.
This is Aaron Morrissey.
Yep. Yep. Whoa. Yep, yep,
Didn't
yep,
really
yep.
see too many of this
Hard.
path in the earlier
Hard.
game, so
No,
Hard.
this is farther out than we saw.
Yep, roll it, roll it.
But really well managed there.
It's good.
We'll roll into the side of the 8-foot.
and there's a word we'll talk about, Scott, because
9.5,
the
10.
one takeaway I thought more than anything from that game this afternoon was how well Team Northwest Territories did manage ice that was challenging in times in terms of the swing. Not bad ice whatsoever, just swingier than perhaps usual, and they managed it beautifully, I thought.
Close.
They did, yeah. They
Yeah.
picked up on where to put the broom and the right
Yeah.
weight to throw to make sure
Hard.
things didn't curl
Hard right to it,
excessively.
Sadie.
And
Hard,
Quebec
hard, hard,
got caught
girl.
a couple
Hard,
times with
hard,
some
hard. All you got,
overcurls.
all you got, all you got, all you got.
Trying to get the roll. Will it stay on the rings? I
Atta
think
girl.
it will.
It will, yeah. Again, great weight control on that. Give herself a chance to stick around despite only hitting about a third of that rock. So Mike's shot rock here. So he's going to stay on the offense and come around that Yukon guard that's just off the center line.
Erin Morrissey playing in her second Canadian Mixed Championship. She was at the 2011 championship playing vice
whoa,
skip
whoa.
for Chris Gardner. That team went
Whoa,
7 and
whoa,
4.
Whoa. Line's nice. Yep. Got to be 8 foot. Line's nice. Line's nice. Yep. Hard. Hard. Hard for weight. Hard, hard, hard. Finish it.
Big
Finish it.
effort
Finish
here
it.
to try to get it
Finish
into the
it.
8-foot and make sure
Hard,
they're
hard, hard,
1-2.
Great scrub.
Good sweep.
That's almost fully buried, and the piece
That
that
or
they
even
can
that's fine.
see invites a jam on the blue, so I think the
Same
run
weight.
back's probably the only option.
Laney Klassen.
Yep.
Hard.
Yep.
Hard line.
Trying to keep this straight.
Yep.
Hard, hard.
Braden
Whoa,
Klassen
whoa, roll
and
it your way,
Shani
Ray.
Rattel
Roll it your way, buddy.
going to
Hard.
overcurl a bit, but
Right over.
Shoot.
Okay, that's fine.
Jammed it on the back one because of that over curl. And I think we're going to see that quite a few times, is the miss being on the over curl side.
I think so. This one's, well, they can get at it. But
So Ontario's still sitting too, so I think they're going to throw a center guard on the one that Aaron just put top 8.
Mike McLean will
Try and
throw
tap
his
it.
first shot of this 2021 Canadian Mixed Championship. If you've got a computer or a mobile device nearby, do yourself a favor, go to YouTube
feet faster. Where Aaron just threw?
or open up another tab of YouTube and search for Mike McLean's trick shot, and you will be in for a treat. Mike McLean's trick shot, this is Mike McLean here. He throws a rock on his head, doing a handstand
Stay close,
while
stay
throwing
close.
2 rocks.
Yep,
It's
Kevin.
stunning.
Yep, Kevin.
Mike McLean's trick shot.
Whoa,
This
whoa,
is
whoa.
not a trick shot.
Yep, yep,
This is,
Kevin. Hard. Hard. Hard.
I believe, a guard. Was that the call?
Yeah.
Dying.
This
Trying to
one,
hold the line.
I wonder if they were trying to come around the one top 8. I think based on the weight that they threw. That must have been the call. But just a little bit light and over curled. Still sitting 3.
Okay.
Yukon has lost rock, so just trying to make sure that
If we could actually, you know what? If we
they have a shot to score here in the end.
Perfect.
Okay, so,
There, solid. Like just clip that.
okay,
If not, nose is okay.
okay.
Just a little bit high side, maybe make the double and roll behind the corner.
If we can clip that on the way by.
They won't be shot, but it will give them an opportunity to score multiple if they can get a miss.
So we'll get our first look at Terry Miller. Terry's in for a busy month or so. He gets home to Whitehorse, and then he'll start practicing with his senior men's team,
Fairly solid.
as they'll be going to the Canadian
blown up.
Senior Men's Championship, the Everest Canadian Seniors. And that will be in Sault Ste. Marie, Ontario, December 6th to December 11th. Terry Miller playing in that event as the vice skip for the Yukon team, skipped by, pardon me, it is Terry skipping. He has played vice at a number of seniors in the past, but he is skipping his team this time around.
He's going to hit the shot rock instead.
So this is overcalled quite a bit. Didn't get the double and roll, but instead did nose the shot rock. And tough to say who shot, but it's not going to matter. Mike's going to make a play on that. Set 3 and force a draw for 1 by Yukon. If he can roll this a rock towards the center line, he'll make the draw path a little bit tougher for Yukon.
Yeah. Keep the broom on it. Keep the broom on it. Yep. Yep. Whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa. No. Hey.
So it is Ontario sitting at least 2. It's tough about the third, but it doesn't really matter. It's still an open draw. Got to get full 8 for the point for Terry Miller. Mentioned that Terry had played in those Canadian Senior Championships in the past. He played in 2017, 2018, 2019, playing third for Pat Puzlowski.
It's going to be a little tight in the center, but.
Well, I say that, but one year Pat Puzlowski throwing 4th, George Hilderman skipping the team, so a few different lineups, but suffice it to say Terry is going to be playing in his 4th Canadian Senior Men's Championship in the Sioux next month. Always nice to see those old school backswings, eh?
Yeah. I still have one myself, so I appreciate it. I also noticed this broom. We saw Jean-Michel Menard earlier with the old brownie for delivery, and Terry's got a wooden horsehair broom here, so needs a piece of the 8-foot for 1. This is really curling.
And now he might bump that red one in and remove any doubt as to who his third shot.
So that is, again, that's 2 for sure. I think it was close before. That might have made the difference. It might be a steal of 3 here for Ontario, but I think we might see a measure.
There you see it's the blue on the right-hand side of the screen and the red at the top of the screen for third shot. We know you can put 2 on the board for Team Ontario, but that will be the measure if they call one out. And I know what it looks like on the screen, but don't read too much into that. Sometimes the camera can distort it, but they will kick it off, and looks like they will concede the 3. So it is a steal of 3 for Team Ontario in this first end. Sunday night action here at the Canmore Golf and Curling Club in Canmore, Alberta. The Canadian Mixed Curling Championship off to a great start here in Canmore.
So with 3 on the board, 3-point lead. Mike is he's gonna be conservative here. He's gonna call this rock into the rings. Clean ends are good ends for Ontario. He doesn't mind blank ends for the next hour and a half or so.
We'll just get this out of the way because Erica asked early in this, before the game started, she'd
Line's nice.
replied to a questionnaire
Swing it
from us
sliding
asking us, you know, anything you want us to say on your behalf. She said hello to her friends and family, but she said, you know what, I forgot to say hi to my boyfriend.
Fight the force,
so
okay.
Erica's boyfriend, you've been said
good.
hi to.
I'm sure that's exactly the way that she wanted that to go.
Smooth as silk,
Yeah.
Scott. Smooth as silk.
Great shot there by Erica. Top button. Yukon down 3.
think we're waiting.
They almost have to ignore
here.
that and throw the corner guard.
Just cleaning.
Sorry, gang.
Hey,
It's not the way I want to start the game. Whoa, 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 whoa. You guys played a good end.
That corner slips into the rings.
Normal.
Give Mike a chance to hit. Probably roll into the rings would be ideal. And you could hear Terry there apologizing for being short on that draw. But you know, it's tough in the first end with that much swing. I think just a little bit less rotation.
Clean.
It got caught. It started going sideways, and
Yep.
the speed came off. So
Yep.
sure it was a good throw.
Hard.
And probably what he threw in practice. But
Hard.
the ice is changing.
Real hard.
Aaron Morrissey trying to keep this on line. And hit the roll,
Shot.
and Ontario sitting 2.
Those are in a great position. Terry could throw the corner again, but at some point he'd have to deal with that. So it looks now like he's probably going to nose hit that, stay on top of it, see if he can build something for later in the end. And if not,
It's coming.
just play it clean and look
There
to
you go.
blank.
Yeah, Braden a bit.
Shaney Rattel having played in the Canadian Seniors in 2018 and 2019 for
Atta
Team
girl.
Yukon. Good throw there. Keeps the shooter in play.
Michael hit that, and these teams are timed 30 minutes each, so an end like this can help save them a little bit of time for later in the game.
Whoa, whoa. Okay, just a little strong. That's fine.
So hit and roll to the wing, sitting 2. Very far apart, no double there, so Terry and the Yukon team are gonna, looks like they're actually gonna try, oh, they're throwing a corner guard.
Like that to stop short of the rings. I think it's going to come up short. Good weight from Braden.
Don't think Mike's going to give that a second thought, and he's going to peel that right in between the 2 reds. Corner guard with a rock back there for Yukon to freeze on is not what Ontario wants to leave, so they're just going to peel this out.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Good shot.
Well done. Change speeds. They're going to just try and tap the shot rock back about a foot or 18 inches. All they're trying to do here really is create a situation where they can get one miss. If they can get one miss, then they can go to the other side of the rings and turn a situation that's not in their favor into a deuce. So
Line's real nice.
they have to put pressure on to do that, though.
Needed a little.
Whoa.
I think we're there.
Okay, yep,
Slide.
yep.
So they like the speed, but this is really curling already.
Full 12.
Took the
Okay,
curl.
okay, okay. That's fine, that's fine, that's
Hear
fine.
them
That's
once
not
it
the
took
end
the
of the
curl,
world.
the speed came off a bit, a little
Okay,
bit
Brady.
like the draw at the end of the first.
Middle, it's still soft.
It's hard to believe it sometimes. You know it's going to curl, but
Let's
you
try
don't
this
think it's
way.
going to curl that much, and you just got to
Normal.
believe it. And that's a hard thing to do if you're not having a lot of experience on a swingy ice such
Yeah.
as this. Anticipating the break, right?
Right, yeah, because once it goes, there's not a whole lot you can do about it.
Here's Aaron Morrissey.
Yep. Hard.
Trying
Hard.
to hit this on the high side and keep the shooter in the rings, but if she loses the shooter, it's probably not the end of the world.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Good shot. No.
Really well done. Chokes off that path that the Yukon was trying to take to freeze. So
9.5.
now they're going to try and hit and roll to frozen on the rock on the other side of the sheet.
Yep.
Hard.
Yep.
This one, you could hear the sweepers indicate that it was
Okay,
a little
whoa,
lighter
it's
than
okay,
asked
okay.
for, and it's already
Okay, lady.
overcurled.
Shake it off.
Humbling sports at times.
Absolutely.
Real tight, though.
Mike's got a lot of options here. He could come in the house.
Yeah, like a 3,
continue
even
to
if it's in the rings, is
play
okay.
conservatively, but the setup is so good that he's going to throw a tight guard and maybe try to get a steal out of this end when it was looking like a pretty clean force.
Yep, line. Hard line.
It's a little tight out of her hand, maybe.
Okay, whoa, then. Whoa.
4 or 5, so they're indicating that this rock's
Let it curl.
in the rings, maybe top 8.
Whoa. Yep.
So Ontario sitting 4.
Yeah, no real opportunities to freeze
Same
here.
shot. Still a little more weight.
So I think they just have to make a couple of these rocks go away and try and make that draw for one for Terry as easy as possible.
Lenny Clausen about to throw. A great volunteer for curling in the Yukon, just a great promoter of the sport. She's the president of the Yukon Curling Association and has worked for that association for many, many years now.
Look at this.
They just kept being caught by surprise by it. She might get almost.
Okay.
I mentioned Laney is the president. Braden, by the way, is the vice president of Yukon Curling, and Terry Miller is the championship's director. So
Just a little lighter.
3 members of this team, all volunteering on behalf of the sport of curling in the Yukon, which is really nice to see.
Started a little
Tiny bit.
I think there, like it's still probably not enough ice. That's probably close.
Mentioned that Aaron Morrissey won a Ontario Mixed Championship.
3-4.
Mike McLean is a past champion. He won
What's,
in 2016. Skipped Ontario at that year's Canadian Mixed.
Okay. So that weight I threw on my last one that you thought was like heavy. Yeah.
Team finished 3 and
Again, it's
3
not
in
worse.
pool play, so did not advance to the championship pool.
Little tight. Yep. Hit it. Okay, whoa, it's 5. It's got a curl. Okay, yep.
5-6 from the sweepers. They're indicating
Yep.
again top 8,
Whoa,
maybe top 4.
Just let it sit.
Looks like it's caught some curl and a little bit of speed's coming off it. So. Back to the same situation as 2 rocks ago. Sitting 4.
There's no deuce
And
here.
right now, Terry would have to draw full 4.
No deuce meaning.
Well, we're not.
Okay.
We're never scoring a deuce here, so
You want
we're
it?
gonna do this. Sit there. That's fine. Like 3/4 of this. Make the double and sit right there.
Okay.
Give that a go.
Okay. What do you like for ice?
Maybe a smidge more. So we got to come just across the face a bit.
Okay.
Just hear Terry saying make the double and roll 1 rock right on top of the shot rock.
Just across the
That
face.
would
for a
be
little
one
bit,
of
make the double
the
and-
ways to try and get it
Yeah.
to.
Yeah.
The other option you would have would
I mean,
be
that's the only thing I
to throw the
see.
draw now and try and come around everything to back 4. But because those rocks are top 4, top 8, it'd be a pretty simple run back for Mike. So this is a safer way to try to get 2. And if it doesn't work out, he'll still have the draw to the 4-foot.
Terry did most of his competitive curling in British Columbia. He used to live in Vancouver. In fact, he was roommates with Greg McCauley when Greg won the 2000 Briar and
Yeah.
World Men's Championships. So
Whoa.
good pals with a former
Whoa.
Briar and world champion.
Whoa! Yep, yep!
Made the double, just rolled a touch too far. Really good effort.
Boy, that almost worked out great.
Yeah.
Hitting a little floppy. Just flop over a little. Yeah.
Let's talk about hit and roll to the center line here.
Even nose isn't bad.
Yeah,
though.
I was going to say, I think nose might be better.
Really would make the tough draw.
Yeah, it would leave the nose hit,
little
though,
flop.
for Terry on the rock that's
normal.
currently shot. So I think that's what he's trying to take away. And I think on this ice, you'd prefer your opponent to throw a draw right now.
Clean. Clean. Whoa, 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 whoa.
It's hanging out there. a
No,
bit.
no, no.
Looks like he's going to
Gotta
be close
curl
to
a ton.
nose. Yeah.
So
Right
will
here,
be
Laney.
Okay.
a hit for 1 for Terry Miller, looking at 3.
You get a smidge more.
In a similar path to
little more.
to where he just threw, so he should know what this spot
Okay.
does.
Let's get on the board. I think that was pretty solid, eh? I don't really want to throw that much weight, but close.
He doesn't want to throw a ton of weight, but he also wants to make sure he doesn't lose it to the curl. So I think he's going to keep his weight pretty close to what he just threw.
Fine line, isn't it?
It is. He's got a lot of room to roll to the right as we're looking at it.
Whoa,
This is out there a
clean.
bit, though.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Whoa.
Sit.
And will it stay?
Rock spin.
Might spin back in.
It's close. I think it's a steal of 1. I can see some shadows, and it makes it tough.
One red.
The old foot wedge
Yeah.
there.
That little extra.
Inside out.
Foot measurement, but it will be a steal of 1 for Ontario.
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry.
Okay.
Whoops, sorry.
Minder will be back on the air 3 games tomorrow here at the 2021 Canadian Mixed Curling Championship from Canmore. We'll have draws, and these are all Mountain Time.
Doesn't matter.
12:30 Mountain,
Don't worry
4 p.m., and 7:30 right here on Curling Canada's YouTube channel, produced by our great friends at IKS Live. Doing a wonderful job out there. A load of the boys in the van outside, doing all the hard work.
All right. Let's get a couple.
Just wait.
Skin Ontario's just going to put this top 4, top 8.
Okay, far as it goes.
They don't need guards with a 4-point lead right now.
Okay, it's okay. I got it.
Mike's going to try to stay warm, do a little sweeping himself here. That's a good spot.
All right. You got it. Ken.
Yukon looking to throw us a corner guard. Looks like they want these a little bit closer to center line than we saw from Quebec or the Territories in the first game.
Once it starts diving, it should come down.
Yeah.
But
It's going to be at least.
This one is really going sideways now.
okay, Shaney.
A little bit heavy, that'll slide through the rings. Mike's gonna go tight center guard.
Just slide in is okay. Throw the same weight.
Mentioned most of the players on the ice tonight have national championship experience in the past, but this is the only player who doesn't.
Whoa, whoa.
Erica Hobson.
Little wide.
He's played
Where
at a
is it?
couple Ontario women's provincials
We go here. Full
and
four.
some Ontario mixed doubles
Just full
provincials
four.
with Kevin Tippett, but She's got something that not many players on this ice, if any, have, and that's an 8-ender.
Gotta be above the tee.
Yeah.
What's closest you got?
7.
Against or for?
Okay, that's good.
Oh, 4.
we gotta confirm here.
I'm sure I've had one scored against me as well. I'm sure I have, but I don't remember it.
Erica, by the way, we should note that she is Taylor Swift's biggest fan. Now, that's a bold claim.
Wow.
So, if anybody can dispute that, we're open to it. Let us know at our Twitter feed, at Curling Canada. If you believe that Erica is not Taylor Swift's biggest fan, let us know.
You got paint
But
or no?
until told otherwise, we will go with it.
Okay, let me in, lady. Okay, well, we got a corner guard. That's fine. We can use that.
So I think
Okay,
they were
that's
trying to
fine.
freeze the shot rock there, but a little bit light and a little lack of rotation. So those rocks seem to be going sideways.
You know, we talked about that during the early draw too, didn't we? That so release sensitive, and you better be positive with your release, meaning just putting a firm rotation on it and letting it go positively. Because if you're letting it go softly, it's going to go crazy, and you won't be able to track it.
Yep. Yeah. This ice has a lot of curl, and they recently papered the rocks.
Whoa, three's good.
So this might calm down a bit as the week goes on, but right now, positive release is a must to make the shot that you're trying to make.
No. Erica, go.
At this
hard,
level,
hard.
They
Hard.
have to make the shots.
Hard.
So
Hard. Whoa. Just. It's good.
Might be throwing the ball.
So this end's shaping up a lot like the last end. Ontario with a few rocks along the center line. Yukon in chase mode.
Solid control up.
Hit and flop behind their corner guard would be a good result here. They'd probably make the double in doing that.
Yeah, it's one of those things you don't have to get rid of them all at once.
Nope.
But set something up here, and that's the key for Braden Clausen here, I think.
Yeah. And you might not want to get rid of all of them if you're Yukon. You want some rocks behind the tee line to freeze to and use to your advantage.
Okay, Braden, that's fine.
So got rid of one. Left Ontario sitting 2. But that rock they just threw is in a pretty good position to be useful, so I think Mike's going to have to think about it.
What? Can feel that one. I mean, sure.
Team wants to hit that rock. Mike's not sold, but
The majority wins
yeah.
here. I'll give you a quick update. There's 3 sheets in play here at the Canmore Golf and Curling Club. 2 other games in progress.
Yep.
On sheet B, it is Team Newfoundland Labrador
Clean.
with a couple steals to begin this game. Team Newfoundland Labrador skipped by Keith Ryan out of the Carroll Curling Club in Labrador City. They steal 1 in the first, 1 in the second against Team New Brunswick's James Grattan. That's a familiar name to curling fans. And it is Saskatchewan with 4 in the second end. Dean Grindheim's team from North Battleford. They take 4 in the second end to take a 4-1 lead on Team Prince Edward Island, skipped by Jamie Newsom from the Silver Fox in Somerset.
Whoa. Yep. Holy, look at this thing go off the line. Wow.
Just took off.
Sorry, Braden. Threw that real nice.
Oh, I might get a little jam here.
There you go. Got some of this.
Something in our favor.
So again, they thought he threw that well. It looked like he did, but they're getting caught with the curl. Looks like Ontario has picked up on the ice and able to make the adjustments so far. But I'm sure Yukon is starting to understand the curl here.
And it's just reps. The more reps you get, you'll get used to it. But it's tough in the first couple ends when one team gets the advantage on it earlier.
Yep. Whoa. Line's nice. Erica, don't switch. Erica. Keep going. Okay, whoa.
Ontario
good.
sitting 2
Don't
and
switch
now
unless I tell you to.
well guarded.
And there was an example of what you said, catching onto the ice.
Like that?
That's not an easy spot to get to. in terms of throwing guards.
Yeah.
Be able to control that.
Yeah, guards on this ice are probably the hardest shot to throw. And you can see it in a normal curling club, you probably, to put a guard there, you probably throw the other turn, but they're going all the way across the center line because of all of the curl.
Okay, Shaney.
So Yukon's trying to come into the rings here.
Hard line.
Okay. Okay.
Get it
This
across
one's
the
a
line.
little bit light.
Okay.
And
Okay, Laney, nice try.
overlap the guards a bit here. Calls for top 12, and this is really a play to stop Yukon from getting in there with a draw because their two shot rocks are already in such a great spot. She will want this in the rings, though. If she's short of the rings, it just gives Yukon
Top
something
12.
to come around.
Just wait,
point
just
in.
wait.
Erin Morrissey,
Line's
by the way,
nice,
she
yep.
played at the 2005
Yep, hard
Junior
line.
Nationals with her sister Katie.
Hard.
And their dad, Shane, was coaching
Whoa,
that
just
team
biting,
in
just biting.
2005.
Yep. Go. Hard.
Seeing if they can
Hard.
drag
Keep
this
going,
into
keep
the
going.
12th foot.
Hard.
Good scrub there.
Great shot.
Yeah, it's a great spot. Even if Yukon decides to ignore that and come around it, that run back is very makeable. But looks like they're going to hit and try to roll to the edge
9.5.
and set third and fourth shot. So even though Ontario will still be in a really good position, they'll have to start thinking about those Yukon rocks that are nibbling around the side.
Clean. Whoa.
It's a great shot.
That'll play.
It also moved the shot rock to back button, so if they ever get a chance to get one in there, they can use that rock to help them.
I think Mike McLean understands that pretty clearly. He's going to be trying to take that away.
I gave you were like there. I think that's probably good.
My guess here is he's coming in this time, beating him to it, go top 4.
And there you see an amount of curl there. That's 6 feet of curl they're expecting.
Yep.
Try to get one right in there. Yeah, like right in between all of them. It's going sideways pretty nice.
So you can hear that. It's going sideways pretty nice, so they like that it's going
Need to be, like, well
sideways.
done or
Whereas I
own.
think Yukon at this point is frustrated by it going
I
sideways.
mean, short's not the end of the world. Well, that's up.
It's right out of his hand.
Stay
He
close,
thinks
stay
it's
close.
warm.
7's good. Looks light.
Sweepers have said T
Looks light. Hard. Real hard.
So while he is sitting 3, now he's overlapped the rocks in the 12-foot, and Yukon can certainly get in there for shot rock frozen in the back. That's not the result that Ontario was looking for there. They would have preferred to have rolled off
Time to make a good one.
so that they could run that in, but
You heard Terry Miller, time to make a good one. Big opportunity here for Yukon.
Got lots of line.
it's not taking the curl yet,
Lots of
which
line.
makes me think this might be a little heavy. It's starting to, but I think this one is a little too much. Terry just really trying to find that draw weight right now.
Yeah, that's fine. Like
So
it's
Mike
short,
McLean looks like
I throw
he'll
the same
just
weight, we
try
sweep
to
it
throw
in.
the same shot he threw in his
that's not
first.
good. That gives him the pin.
Yeah, but
Right
now
here.
that Terry
You're
only
right.
has one rock left, he can
You're
be
right.
short on that path, pretty much anywhere
A
short.
little wider. Like he's
Make
got
it tough. But yeah, if he can get in there, top 4,
Yeah.
top button, buried,
can
sit
be
4,
over here
a
farther,
lot
right?
of pressure
a little more
on
even.
Team Yukon.
Top 12. Top 12 tight. We don't want to go in there. We're guarding the draw to the button. So like edge of 4 kind of thing.
Okay, so their preferred spot
we can get
is
just
to choke off
third
the draw,
shot,
not
fourth
to get
shot.
in there. So.
We don't want to be second, really. Same weight. We're out a little farther. Okay, I'm not sure if it's going to track a little more for the start.
You can hear the communication between Team Ontario on different paths in the ice, different speeds.
Just a 4. Just wait. Just wait. Line's real good. Yep. Line. Hard. Yeah, hard. Both of you. Go.
This one is curling more
Hard.
than any of
Whoa.
the others before.
Right to it.
Looking
Hard,
tasty, though.
Hard.
Yeah, and they decided to bring it right in now.
No, don't finish it.
And Ontario sits 4.
Still there. Just got to throw it properly.
He
Shot is still there.
Needs half the button.
Make this.
I think he'll make an adjustment here. I think this will be close.
Piece of the button.
So that was
To score a single.
through the ring, right? Okay.
Line's perfect.
Line's good. Just wait. Line's good.
Hard!
Braden.
Hard, gang!
Hard.
This line looks really good if the weight is right.
It's close.
By the top. Do they buy that one?
Just a little
Roll
rub
off of
on.
it.
Thanks.
For 1.
Wow, Terry Miller, ladies and gentlemen.
Great
That was
shot.
not an easy shot under those circumstances. And boy, you talk about a much-needed confidence
Yeah.
boost for Terry and his team. That was well thrown, good line call, great sweep.
Yeah.
That's a team shot.
Yep, absolutely. And a high pressure shot too. If they miss that, to be down 8-0 through 3, it's looking to the next game. But they made that, and they're still in this.
So it will be a 4-1 lead for Ontario, and they will have Hammer going into this 4th end. Draw 2 action at the 2021 Canadian Senior Curling Championships here at the Canmore Golf and Curling Club.
So Yukon up first. We'll see what their strategy is here with the hammer. And they're going to go center guard.
While we have a moment, we'll throw a shout out to the great local sponsors here for the 2021 Canadian Mixed. Of course, our host facility here at the Canmore Golf and Curling Club, but Tourism Canmore Kananaskis, great boosters of this event. Visions Electronics, Canmore Brewery and Distillery, Canmore Raft Tours, Mary's Popcorn Shop, and I am intrigued by Mary's Popcorn Shop is all I'm going to say. That's one of a number of sponsors that have me intrigued, as a matter of fact. Rome Transit, Black Stallion Spirits, speaking of intriguing sponsors, El Tequilino Tequila, need I say more? Golf Design Services Limited, and Moosehead Breweries. Great local sponsors for this 2021 Canadian Mixed Curling Championship.
So center guard came really tight to the rings and over curled a bit.
Line's nice. Yep.
And is actually acting as a corner guard, so Team Ontario is going to
Right
use
here.
that
Okay,
and come
just
right
wait,
around
just
it.
wait. Just wait. Okay, whoa. Whoa then, whoa.
Looks like a lot of weight here, though.
Oh, no.
They're
Gotta
calling
be
it
above the
T-line,
tee.
but
Oh, yeah, that's way deep. Okay.
Optimistic T-line. But buried. And you never know how those little outside rocks can come
Yeah.
back and haunt you.
Just a little less.
we saw one of the best shots you've seen in a long time in the first draw here, Jamie Cooey, drawing the back edge of the rings around a corner guard that I wasn't sure was guarding much. But
Talked to the team after that shot in the lounge over there, and even they were blown away by it. They didn't think it was possible.
Foot's
They
going
all just
sideways
like,
again now.
can you believe that shot actually worked?
Yeah, yeah.
He's completely lost its handle.
Okay, well then, whoa.
Lost its handle. What do they mean by that?
yeah, so they were throwing the right-handers out turn.
Please.
And then it's now turning the other way. And we've
Okay,
seen a
that'll
few, that's a result of not throwing it positively and just, kind of letting it fall out of your hand, and that's going to happen on swingy ice with sharp rocks like this.
It just completely lost its handle and just started sliding.
And that is in the ring, so Mike's got an opportunity to hit that, and if he noses it, he'll stay in the free guard zone.
Playing, calling the sweep on right away. Kevin Tippett trying to hold this line.
They got to watch the jam here.
Curl, it won't jam and spill onto the ring, so not a terrible
result.
outcome.
Yep. Sitting 2 with the hammer. Team Yukon's going to call for the center guard. I think Braden's experience at some national championships, he knows how to throw a positive rotation here. He'll be able to keep this
Free.
on or
No,
close to
just
the
the
center
two's
line.
good.
Okay, we're good. We're 2, 3.
Okay, 2 is, if it's 3, then don't sweep it, please. Whoa.
So you're using a number system there.
That's good.
2,
That's
3,
good.
so 2 is a halfway
good.
guard, 3 is a tight guard.
Now take a look at Kevin Tippett's pants as he throws this stone. And we'll tell you a story that is quite remarkable.
So they're using the blue the Yukon rocks as corner guards again. That one
Top
did,
eight.
did come off the center line a bit, so they're going to come right around it.
So those pants
Just
that Kevin
wait.
Tippett is wearing, by the way,
Line's
he
nice.
wore them in the 1998,
Hey, don't then.
1999, and 2000 Canadian Junior Championships.
Right here.
Good old pace setters.
Yep. They look brand new. Like he doesn't even have a wear mark on a knee or anything.
Absolutely remarkable. Those pants have quite a history to them.
Alrighty.
I'm impressed that he's 20 years older, a father,
And still
they
wearing
still
them.
fit.
Isn't that great?
Yeah.
Weight's nice.
Well, if you can.
Weight's
Whoa.
good.
There's Braden
Whoa.
Klassen.
Yep, Shady.
He played on the Joe Wallingham team.
Hard!
Let's see if they get this by.
Uh-oh.
I think it's going to
Okay,
crash.
Okay. That's
2015 juniors in Corner Brook. They lost a tiebreaker, that Yukon team, to get into the championship pool, and they lost a tiebreaker to none other than Tanner Horgan of Northern Ontario. And of course, we saw Tanner Horgan last 7 nights ago at the Home Hardware Curling Free Trials, skipping his team into the Tim Hortons Canadian Curling Trials, beginning November 20th in Saskatoon. So,
If they play like they did at the pre-trials, they're gonna be in the mix.
Yep.
no doubt about it. So here's Kevin Tippett trying to peel off one of those guards.
Shooter.
Trying to avoid the jam,
Avoids
and he
the
does.
jam. Yeah, rolls over to guard their shot rock as well, but does give Yukon another rock to use to come around and freeze the shot
Okay.
rock. Right now, Ontario's sitting 3. If this freeze can be made, it really cuts out those other 2 from really ever coming on the scoreboard this end.
Line's tight. Gotta go for line.
Hard line.
This one's going sideways already.
Yeah, a little snug. It looked a little soft out of her hand.
Yeah.
might
Whoa.
Raise Ontario in if the weight's there. And it does. So Ontario's sitting 4.
Okay.
My guess is he's going to beat Yukon and come around and play that same shot himself.
No,
Yeah, that's the danger spot for them.
Yeah.
That's the out for Team Yukon that's available.
For Ontario, they don't love leaving those guards up there, but they're not on the center line, so Mike still has a draw to the forefoot if he needs it, and he's sitting 4 right now, so they're going to come in top 12, try and take that freeze
Top
away
12.
from Yukon, sit 5.
Whoa.
We've got lots
Just
of room,
wait,
but we
just
know this will
wait.
finish.
Whoa.
They're calling top 8 for weight.
Whoa. Whoa.
Here comes.
Okay.
Well, that essentially is the shot that Yukon wanted.
Yeah.
Play.
But you can see how much they cleared that front guard by, right, to make it.
Back line. Just a bit more, eh?
He's going to throw a little bit more weight this time. That'll take a little bit of the sideways curl out of it. Go back line, try and stay frozen on the second shot rock and tap the shot rock.
Walk. Close. Yep. Yep.
Again,
Here
early
it
sweep.
goes.
Whoa. Whoa. Whoa.
Good sweep, though, to keep it on line.
Yep. Whoa. Whoa.
Careful there, Terry. You got to play at the seniors. Don't be pulling any groins, hamstrings, or anything.
Really good result, though. Over curled a bit, but that allowed them to roll under the guards that I'm sure Mike didn't want up there.
Here. Yeah, Rob, the guard's okay.
But they're gonna throw hack weight.
Just hack.
And you can see that angle. Aaron cannot see that rock
No.
from the hack, but it's definitely in play.
Yeah, this is a weight-sensitive shot, though. If she overthrows it, it won't curl it off to get it. If she underthrows it, it
Yep.
could clip the guard. So
Yep.
it's got to be really close to hack if Mike put the broom in the right spot.
Kevin Tippett trying to keep it on line, see if they can get by not only the top guard, but the one short guard as well.
Not going to get by, but the weight choice allows him to roll in.
Yeah, that's not a bad outcome.
Nope.
Oh, we could do that. I don't know if this really gets us anything.
Terry's looking at that double. He'll be wide open if he makes it.
We can play that. And
But he
if
could
we
hit
end
and
up just
roll,
doing
yeah.
that, that's not the end of the world.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, let's do that.
Okay, so
I
where
mean,
do
it's
we hit
free
the
strokes.
handle?
Well, we want to hit this thick, right? So just, if it's over curling, you play the double. If not, you just play the on top.
Yeah, hit. All right.
Okay?
You got
So
it.
hit and roll on top. Stay frozen on the shot rock. Maybe even B shot rock.
Roll.
Just take just an inch less. Yeah.
It's a pretty flat roll, so he's going to throw pretty good weight. But this is the same
If it
path
hangs,
that he
we play
threw
the
2
double. If not,
hits
we
in
play
the
thick, sit
second.
on top of it. It's not
You
the
should
end of the
know
world.
what it's going to do with weight.
Possibly. But there's lots of jams for it. Yeah.
So the front end's a little bit
The nose of
worried.
this isn't actually that bad. It makes it a little interesting for him.
Front end's a little bit worried that if he does make the hit and roll as called, that there could be a double off of the other blue. And that's a fair concern, but they're down 3.
You got to take some
Take
chances.
some chances.
And Yukon's not going to win this game without some misses
Right.
Yep.
from Ontario, so that would have to be one of them.
Whoa! Whoa!
Whoa, whoa, whoa!
Whoa! Roll it!
Roll it, roll it.
Really
Okay.
close.
Now there's flat-ish, but I think Mike could probably throw it
Yep,
hard enough.
it's there.
What do you think?
Well, a jam, though.
No. It might, but it'll still go out.
I think it's, yeah.
Yeah, I think it might clip it, but it still goes over the top.
Not the end of the world. He'll
Yeah.
take it on,
I
I
just
think.
want to check the angle a little bit. So there goes almost under, but like a third even is fine. I don't know if this is gonna curl or not, but
I'm liking the odds of it curling, but
Yeah,
depending on the weight he throws. But
they obviously weren't watching the first draw or their own practice. I think he's going to throw it pretty hard. He'll throw it positive, and it might run right where he put the broom, which to me is also a sign of good ice when the weight is up and it runs true and pretty straight, which you see in the arena ice all the time.
Close. Yep. Yep. Hard.
Get a curl. It's close. Jammed, but over the top, and he's sitting 4.
Shot.
Great throw.
that was really, really nice.
Yeah, really well swept because it did curl. You could hear
Yeah,
Mike
it
call
jumped. It
the
definitely
sweep
jumped.
early. Yeah.
You go like that.
Here's another look at it.
Oh yeah, 100%. Now we got to play the other turn.
So what else is there?
There's really not much else. I mean, there's this. You got to make it. No matter what you make, no matter what we play, you got to absolutely make it perfect.
Yeah.
And there it is in a nutshell. Yes, you're going to need a perfect shot and then even cross your fingers.
Yeah.
Okay. You got it.
So
But we saw Terry last end pull one out.
Yep.
So
It's a similar shot. I think he's playing the freeze. If it's a little bit off, Mike's going to throw that same weight he just threw. And
Like this?
score
There's
3
not
or
much
4.
else. Yeah,
So like you said, it's got to be perfect.
it's a new side, so it's a guess for all 3 of us here. Okay. Yeah. It's the same weight I threw. Yeah.
looking at 4, Terry Miller, Yukon skip with his last shot of this 4th end.
Right to here.
Line's perfect.
Key line. Yep. Yep for line. Yep for line. Hard. Hard.
This is really
Hard,
curling.
Brady.
Hard all the way.
Get it on that top one anyhow.
I think it's going to overcurl the top one even.
Looking like a hit for 5.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
Not enough ice. Weight was perfect. Good sweep.
Keep it. Decent weight.
Well, he'll put
Weight
that
was
in the memory
perfect,
bank.
just Not
and-
enough ice.
No.
But
yeah.
again, that's the first time he'd thrown that turn coming
Yep.
down. And hard way to learn it, but
Pretty normal.
this will be an open hit to score 5 for Mike McLean of Team Ontario from the Ottawa
the
Curling
booze down.
Club.
Kevin. Yep. Yep. Clean. Clean. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
It is going to be.
It just hangs on, maybe.
I think it's 5, but they'll take a look. He kept the weight up there knowing that result was okay if he knocked one of his out and only scored 4. Better than it getting lost in the curl and only getting 1 or 2. They're taking a really good look at this, but I think that is 5.
Well, you're bold.
Yeah. I think they're going to call in for a measure. Yep.
Here we go. So we'll just hang in there to see this measure before going into our 4th end break.
Here come the Curling Canada officials.
This is one of those ones where they got to reconfigure it a little bit because the rocks are so far
Yeah.
away from the center.
Actually, I went to our second season in Toronto. We barbecued chicken and it was really lovely. Nice treat because it's a long week. We're here from yesterday till next Monday.
Got the overhead. We can see if we.
Your
how far
money's
the
on
beam
red,
is.
are you?
Oh yeah.
Okay, fine. And I think you're right.
Yeah, red. So 5 for Ontario in the 4th.
So it will be a 9-1 lead for Team Ontario, and they'll go into their fourth end break. We'll take a fourth end break as well. We'll be right back to the Canmore Golf and Curling Club after this.
One might say I was born to overcome challenges. 2 months premature, in and out of the hospital, and a heart condition. My parents call me their miracle baby. As with all survivors, I searched for my place in this world, and I found it here. This pebbled ice is where I battle now, and at only 12, I am already a 5-year veteran of this sport. I have my sights set on the Olympics. I will push hard to get there. The only size that matters in this sport is the size of your dreams.
Sweep! Sweep! Hurry! Hurry! Hard! Hurry hard! Hard! Hurry hard! 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 Woo! We should really be curling.
Before there was ice, there was our hallway at home. I was always the shy, quiet kid who loved math. But when I saw math come alive in the geometry of the game, I found my passion and my voice. It's a game of precision, a game of inches. It's the equation that now defines who I am.
This ice is everything. It's where I come to feel close to her, to feel whole. This building helped raise me when my mother no longer could. When I step on the ice, she steps with me. My dad is my rock. We're a team now, like the four of us when we step on the ice. People say that this isn't a contact sport, but that's not true. It contacts you where you need it the most.
Welcome back to the Canmore Golf and Curling Club. It is the fifth end of our evening draw game between Ontario's Mike McLean and Yukon's Terry Miller, and it is Ontario with a 9-1 lead with a count of 5 in that fourth end. And Scott will just talk about what we did the first game. We'll put you in the position of, if you were coaching these teams, what might you have talked to them about during that fourth end break? Let's start with Yukon.
Yukon. It's 9-1. You're down at the break. This game is probably out of reach. So I would ask them to get something positive out of this. Spend the next few ends figuring out the rocks, the speed, the curl. I think that's key to their next few games, is figuring out the curl here over the next 30 or 45 minutes.
Team Ontario, on the other hand, they got to be very pleased with those first 4 ends.
They do. Everything went their way. They figured out the curl and the speed really early. They would hit and roll to the right spot. And I would tell them, keep it very simple. Don't get lulled into any complicated ends. Keep it in the rings and keep as few rocks in play as possible.
Give you a quick update on the other 2 games that are going on here tonight.
4 foot
At the Canmore Golf and Curling Club. It is New Brunswick's James Grattan taking on Newfoundland Labrador's Keith Ryan. And it is Newfoundland Labrador with a 3-2 lead at the fourth end break, with New Brunswick having hammer when they come back for the 5th. And Saskatchewan's Dean Grinheim from North Battleford. They are in a 9-1 lead. They stole 2 in the 3rd and 3 more in the 4th to take a 9-1 lead on Prince Edward Island's Jamie Newson from the Silver Fox Club in Summerside. All the scores, all the time, you can find them on curling.ca/scoreboard. Curling.ca/scoreboard.
Tighter's better.
Help me out.
So Yukon trying to get a couple corner guards up here.
Atta girl. Nicely done. Good
They've
pair.
done just that. Double corners on the same side. And Ontario's rock is back 4, so that's actually going to help Yukon as the end goes on. So great start to this end for Yukon. So free guard zone, they can't just walk up and peel those guards. So
Hey, just play the weight.
I think they're this top 12, top 8. Trying to keep play away from those corner guards. So he's asked for it kind of on the side of the 4 foot where the corner guards are not.
Sliding. It's sliding good.
Actually cooled off.
We're going to give him a little pocket, aren't we? Yeah, go past. Okay, that's fine.
So again, slips behind T. It's not where Ontario wants it.
What does that mean?
So this end is shaping up for Yukon to put a little bit of pressure on as the end goes on.
Okay.
Trying to come around their corner guards now.
There's Braden Klassen. First shot of this second end.
Line's a little tight. Yep.
Tight, flying.
Yep.
Trying to get behind those corner guards.
Yep. All you got, ladies. All you got. You gotta...
And the sisters, Lainey and Shaney, tried to get it by that guard. Just rubs.
Great sweep. Nice throw,
Good
Braden.
speed, though, rolled it into the rings.
Just control.
It's kind of edge on edge with the tight corner, so you have to be a little bit careful. Any overcurl here will bring those guards into play, but should be able to just hit and roll.
Kevin Tippett, we've talked about his junior career, those 3 straight playing for New Brunswick. 98 juniors in Calgary. He was playing for Rob Heffernan in New Brunswick, and they lost a tiebreaker to Johnny Moe to get into the playoffs.
Good shot.
And Johnny Moe would go on to win that 1998 Canadian Junior Championship, the first of back-to-back Canadian and World Junior Championships.
Control.
It was quite a field that year, by the way. Carter Rycroft skipping Alberta, Mike McEwen skipping Manitoba, John Morris, right here in Canmore, by the way, skipping Ontario.
Control.
Yep.
Jamie Cooey skipping the Territories, and a young Brad Gushu skipping Newfoundland Labrador.
Yep.
Hit and roll made by Kevin to the right spot. Now Yukon trying to hit and roll back behind the corner. Might have overcurled just a touch. Let's roll to the back 12. So that's going to be open for Mike if he chooses to deal with
Got all of it?
Just confirming that Aaron can see all of it, because she can.
Just all of it, I would say.
Yeah.
Aaron, by the way, known as Muscles Morrissey. Muscles the shellfish, by the way. Apparently she's got quite a reputation from the Gordy Perry Bondsville. There they served some mussels, and she enjoyed them.
And the name stuck.
And the name stuck.
She got that one a little bit full, and that's the first real miss we've seen out of Ontario here in the 5th end.
Pretty rare this whole game, actually.
Yeah.
They've been very, very good. And again, same thing we talked about with Team Northwest Territories this afternoon, managing the ice, right? Managing their expectations of it. And they've done a nice job with that.
Yep. And I think with that one there, I think because there's so much curl, might have been in Aaron's mind, so maybe a little bit too much weight or a little bit too positive back to the broom and just cause
Line's
that
tight.
to miss. So opportunity here for Yukon to
Line's still
freeze
tight.
the shot rocks.
Gotta go, I think. Gotta go for line. Yep. Gotta go. Gotta go.
Another Yukon rock that is
that's
really
good, that's good,
finishing hard. A little bit extra weight here, so
that
kept
girl.
it back, kept the line. And there's, even though Ontario's second and third, there's jam possibilities. So
Try to sneak it right through. If you kill that one, it's okay. It's normal.
Oh, I was going to say, I think they're going to keep the weight up here, but just asking for normal, right on the nose. And split the uprights.
Aaron Morrissey.
Yep.
Sweep call right away for Kevin Tippett to keep it straight and on line.
Whoa! It's good.
And jammed it on the back one, but stays first and second shot. But leaving some Yukon rocks around now.
Like the same weight?
Sure.
You know, one thing I noticed, Scott, just
we're gonna
listening
throw
to
the
the
other
way
turn,
Terry
though.
Miller communicates with his team, just keeping things as positive as possible and a really tough start. Really impressed with the way he's
see that
managing
okay?
this game from a team perspective.
Yeah, absolutely. You heard him in the first end say, sorry guys, when he missed that last draw. You guys played a great end. So terrific communication. Keep the team positive, and it's going to be has been a tough night for them. But if they can walk out here with a few positive things on their mind, they'll be ready for tomorrow.
Hard, right up, Braden. Right up, buddy. Right up.
Great shot. Trying to throw the
Pistol
same
shot. Atta
weight,
girl.
tap it back. Tapped it through,
Good
but
one.
stayed in front of the shot rock. And now you see they're 1, 3, and 4, and they're starting to build.
With hammer.
Yep.
Think?
And 2 corner guards.
It's less than half. Yeah, but close to that.
So Mike's looking at the double on first and fourth shot, saying less than half a rock. So we saw him throw some weight in the last end, so we know that's not going to be an issue. This is a pretty natural double, a little bit thinner than you would like, but not by much.
Well, yep, hard,
This one is curling, but I think it's close. You got about half a rock.
Oh, I'm sorry. Hook the broom.
Just a little bit over the top. Touched the second one, but rolled it over the top.
Suddenly a chance to sit 3.
You just want to bang it, or you want?
That's why those 2 rocks that were behind the tee line early in the end were not helping Team Ontario.
But then they're hitting that.
What do you like, Braden? You like just doing this, or like getting rid of it? What's that? Come around here.
I like that.
Okay.
Just sit up there in the top 8.
Okay.
This is a great call. If they had
just
just
a bit more
hit
than I gave
the
Braden,
shot
so-
rock, there'd be some sort of easy double for Mike, and then at best you're looking at 2. The come around here keeps multiple in play.
Okay.
Mike will probably hit one of the open rocks. We'll see. He'll have to think about it if this is made well.
That's even more than I gave you, so if I get out to it, there's no reason why we shouldn't make it. Positive. Right.
Big opportunity for the Yukon, and this would be a great way to come out of that fourth end break. Trying to get behind those staggered corner guards.
Line's pretty good.
Line's
Whoa.
good.
Whoa.
Just watch for the
So
break.
they're looking for top
Whoa, there
4
it goes.
buried. It's starting to curl.
Still good. Back. Yeah.
Whoa.
This line looks really nice.
Come on, baby, stop.
Maybe sliding a little too deep to the back 12. Stop for third shot, but still second, third, and fourth for Yukon, and that one's buried. So Mike is going to try the same shot. He's going to try and come around those corners. If he doesn't quite get under, there could be a double for Yukon to score a big end. So it's important that he gets buried and that he's at least second shot here.
Just need to be 8 foot.
Honestly, the biggest shot of the game so far for Mike McLean.
Yep.
He hasn't had a lot of toughies. This one is key.
The nice thing for Mike, though, is that he probably has some backing. If he follows the same path as Terry, he can come right to that
Yep,
one,
yep, go,
and avoid
jump
the
it.
big end.
Just wait. Play the weight, just wait. Line's nice. Top 8. Okay, finish
5, 6,
it.
So they like the weight. Top 8, top
Touch the
4.
4 if you can. 7's good, 7's good. Whoa!
It's a perfect spot. There's no double.
It's up a rock too high.
Oh, that's in the way, though.
What's that?
Never mind.
She didn't see the corner guard there. Was looking at the
Dry.
double, but it is fully buried.
It's there except for
Same
the guard.
height.
Yeah, and probably the backing.
If it's a rock deeper, I could play that shot I played against you guys.
Yeah, I know. I think he's thinking around the horn. If Mike's had drifted a little bit deeper, but it didn't, so it's a draw for one. He's going to need a piece of the 4-foot and a pretty similar line to what he just threw.
Ontario sitting 2. They have the 9-1 lead playing this 5th end.
Gave it a push.
Just gotta bite the 4.
So let his sweepers know that he added a little bit of weight when he released
Okay,
it.
then careful. Whoa, 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 whoa.
looks close. I think they are good.
Just like that.
Good sweep, gang.
One blue.
So it will be a single point for Team Yukon, and Ontario will take a 9-2 lead and last rock advantage into the sixth end.
A really well played end there by Yukon. That's the most pressure they put on Ontario tonight, and they only came away with one, but it could have been more if they got that one miss that they need tonight.
Reminder, 3 more draws tomorrow here at the Canadian Mixed Curling Championship that will be shown on Curling Canada's YouTube channel with our friends at IKS Live, producing all the broadcasts. 12:30 p.m. Mountain Time. It'll be Saskatchewan's Dean Grindheim against New Brunswick's James Grattan. And we'll get a couple looks at New Brunswick tomorrow, by the way. We have the one sheet of coverage, and New Brunswick just happens through the vagaries of the schedule to be on this sheet twice tomorrow. They will not be throwing the same color rocks, I can guarantee you that. But anyways, 12:30 tomorrow, Saskatchewan versus New Brunswick. 4 p.m. Mountain tomorrow, we get our first look at Team Northern Ontario's Trevor Bonneau. He'll be taking on Manitoba.
Okay, all by itself then.
That's Team Alex Forrest. That's a team filled with Forrests, all 4 with the last name Forrest.
Atta girl, Shaney.
And then our last game of the day tomorrow night will be New Brunswick.
Hit the brake.
New Brunswick's James Grattan against BC's Sebastian Robillard from Kamloops. And Sebastian would know a few of these Ontario guys because he played out of Ottawa for quite a few years. So I'm sure Team Ontario will know all about Sebastian.
Whoa! Yukon tried to throw a center guard there to start the end, and it drifted into the rings. Which is exactly what Ontario wants, so they can keep this simple. It's good. A few less rocks in play than last end. Hit and roll away. Roll out wouldn't hurt them, but they're going to stay on the rings there. Yukon's going to ignore that and throw a center guard. All-out offense from Yukon from here on out, I think.
Throw the same turn if you want.
No, you're drawing.
Shaney Rattel.
It's in the rings. Spinning a lot.
T-line.
Yeah, it's just
Tacos.
spinning. Might be through. Yeah, it's going to be hot.
One thing will be right. No, it's definitely not bored. Not even at our club.
I'll just put my options out there.
Which turn do you want?
It was another center guard attempt that drifted to the back 12, but it's obvious that Yukon's still enjoying their time here at the Canadian Mixed, despite this tough start against Team Ontario.
Tailing 4. Maybe 3. Braden hasn't had that bad of a game.
Yep.
So they will want to roll out with this. They don't want rocks to stick around behind the tee line. Just trying to let it curl across the face here.
It's good. Roll it out.
Great shot. Behind the tee line, they'll run into the same problems they ran into last end. So a great hit and roll out. Make Yukon make the shots they need to generate some offense. Don't make them for them.
Whoa. No, all by itself. I think all by itself. I'd like to say it needs to curl, but that's okay. That's okay. Anywhere.
You won't hear those words too often on this sheet. It needs to curl.
And it didn't. It got to the center line on its own, as I'm sure they all knew it would. But Mike is going to walk up there and peel that right out of play.
You know, the game's well in hand, obviously, for Team Ontario, but this is one of those situations, I think, where it's important to keep the concentration levels up because you can fall into some bad habits.
Yep, absolutely. They're going to come up against some tough competition throughout the week. And staying focused is important. That's a terrific shot. That one hanging on the rings was nice to have one in the rings, but it wasn't helping you. Yukon could have corner froze on it or come around it if they needed to later in the end. So that double peel and lose your shooter was ideal. No trouble here for Team Ontario. Looks like they are keeping their concentration so far.
Janie. Whoa, I don't know if we're making
Looks
her
like
over.
they're working hard to
Got
get
out
this
into
one
rhubarb.
over.
Come on, we can't let him do this on TV.
No.
Braden, you owe your mother and your aunt.
They saved you from having to buy a round, but you should buy it anyway.
Yep. Here's Kevin Tippett, his last shot of the sixth. And Kevin, by the way, we mentioned that 3 straight juniors. He was an all-star, the all-star lead at the 2000 juniors. And had a pretty good teammates on that all-star team. Brad Gushu, Mark Nicholson, Jamie Korab.
Okay.
Mike Adam clearly not rising to the occasion that year. He was nudged out by Kevin Tippett for the all-star lead position.
That must be why they traded him in for Ross Howard on the Olympic run, because you couldn't be the all-star lead at the juniors.
Couldn't live it down.
So Yukon will continue to try and throw a center guard, and Ontario will continue to peel it.
I think just let it die, I think.
All Yukon needs is one nose hit on one of these peels, and then they can come around it and try to put a little pressure on.
judge.
But Ontario seems
Terry.
pretty keen to not do that, and this one slips in the rings. So it's calling for peel again. Roll the shooter right out, even though he could roll it on the rings. No need to.
Yep. Down. Okay, whoa. Yep. Yep. Whoa. What? Whoa, 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 whoa.
And there's that roll onto the rings.
That's how it's going to be,
Same
There
thing.
you see
Wait.
Brody Tippett. That's Kevin's son. Brody sitting there, I believe that's with his mom, Laura.
And his
Kevin's wife.
grandparents.
Not sure if those are grandparents or if those are, I think those are Mike's parents. Oh no, those are Kevin's parents. You're absolutely right. Yep. So the Tippett clan here to cheer on Kevin at the Canadian Mixed.
Atta girl. Two good ones, Lainey. Pistol. You don't have to wear the donkey tail.
Perfect.
So same thing, they're going to keep the weight up, keep the curl out of it. It's high enough that if they do stick around, it'll be well above T-line, but if they roll out, that's a bonus.
Little roll it. Okay.
This does give Yukon an option here.
Like right at the edge of the 12.
Come right around that. Use it as a center guard, especially with this much curl. They can get around
They
that
better
pretty
give me
easily.
a little more. Oh yeah, fuck. Let's go. Oops. Yeah. Sorry.
It's all right, Terry. We'll let it slide this time.
We don't have the 7-second delay.
Actually, I mean the perfect spot I think for this. If we could get it there, it's
So
like
top
back
button.
4, but let's just get
top
it there
button
first
buried.
of all. Yeah.
You hear him say back 4 is okay, and that makes the run back a little bit harder, a little bit more distance between the one they're running back and the shot rock.
Ontario looking
that's
to
not
win
heavy.
its first Canadian championship at this event since 2018.
Not heavy.
That team was skipped by Mike Anderson, featuring Danielle Inglis, Sean Harrison, and Lauren
Hard you
Harrison.
can.
That team went on to win the World
Six
Mixed
is
in
better.
Kelowna.
Yeah.
Hard as you can, far as you can.
Yeah. Yeah. Deeper the better, Dave.
You got it, you got it, you got it. Nice, sweet.
Really good shot
That's
there.
lovely.
Good sweet. Good pound.
I think it's
Quiet if we kill the top
at least
one,
half
whatever,
buried.
fine. Either one.
Mike's going to chase it with quiet hit weight, and if he clips the top one, he's not heartbroken. It'll open this up. He might even roll one into the rings.
I'll try and kill it, but we kill the top one. It's okay.
Yeah. What weight?
Just solid board. Wow.
That cleared that top biter by a good almost 2 feet and got almost half buried.
So good board, I think, is what the call was for here.
Yeah.
But I think he's tight out of his hand. He called the sweepers on right away.
Hard.
Well,
That's, hey, boy, I thought that was going to
actually
dive.
needs to curl, maybe. Great shot. Kevin will want to take that right out of the rings, I think. Oh, and the sharp rocks, it curled back in.
Spun right back, so it's sitting 3 now, Ontario.
Okay. With the hammer.
That was a cheeky little spin there at the end.
So he'll try the same shot.
Make it better.
Yeah, I'm not sure if he's going to tighten up the ice a touch or if he's going to try and take it a foot farther back and let the finish happen that way. It looks like the same broom to me, so I think they're probably looking for back 4 buried here.
A little tighter line, I think. A little less weight.
Less weight, tighter line. That's
Got it, Carl?
not a
That's
combination that you're looking for.
You're good.
Well, the line looks to be pretty good.
Hard game.
Tighter to the guard for sure.
Hard. You got it. Hard.
All you got.
They want as much separation as they can get.
Nice.
Their shot rock, they are
sweep.
fully buried. Even
I got half
Poked out the other side, didn't
a
it?
little bit, but I think you're going to see Mike
got half
take
of
this
it.
run back on. Oh, he says he's got half.
Yeah, hair
Really
more.
came out the other side.
Boy, you can see right there.
Yeah, wow.
That's stunning. He's trying to pick it out, if not hold that shooter, but get rid of it is the key element. Erica trying to carve it a little bit in there. This might be a flash. Let's see if she can get it out. Erin Morrissey.
It's curling towards that back one.
I think that's going to be
One
just a
red.
single.
Yeah.
And it will be handshakes. Team Yukon will concede. Ontario takes a single point, and they will complete a 10-2 victory Sunday night here at the Canadian Mixed. A reminder, we will be back on the air with 3 games tomorrow, 12:30 p.m. Mountain, 4 p.m. Mountain, 7:30 p.m. Mountain from the Canadian Mixed Curling Championship at the Canmore Golf and Curling Club. That's it for tonight. We'll see you tomorrow. Good night, everyone.